If you have not incorporated the 6-stroke roll into your drum set playing, in my opinion, you are missing out on one of the best rudiments on the drum set. I've made a couple videos on my channel already discussing the 6-stroke roll, but in today's video, I'm going to show you some kind of advanced concepts of how you can use this sticking in different ways on the kit. If you're still struggling with playing the 6-stroke roll at high speeds while staying relaxed, make sure you check out my Mastering the 6-Stroke Roll video. I will leave that link down in the description where I really break down how to practice this rudiment effectively. My name is Taylor Edwards. I'm a percussionist and music educator based here in Washington State, and I'm so glad you checked out my channel today. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into this. So as drummers, we are already used to playing the 6-stroke roll right hand lead. Again, the sticking for that is right, left, left, right, right, left, where the first and last note is accented and all of the middle doubles are played as ghost notes. And the most logical way to start applying this onto the kit is just move those accents around to different surfaces while keeping all of the ghost notes still on the snare drum. Now, if you're right-handed and playing on a right-handed kit, this right-hand lead 6-stroke roll pattern works really well and flows really well because it allows you to come out of those licks still with your dominant hand on the crash. But by only playing this rudiment right-hand lead, you're actually missing out on some different melodic voicings that you can do on the drums. So the first concept we're talking about today is just playing the 6-stroke roll left-hand lead. Now you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I've never played this rudiment left-hand lead before. This is going to feel really weird and I don't know if I'm able to do it at the same speeds that I'm able to play my right-handed 6-stroke rolls. But one of the really cool secrets about the 6-stroke roll is that it's essentially just a paradiddle-diddle with accents on both of the singles. You just happen to be starting in a different spot. So if we think of a left-handed lead 6-stroke roll, left, right, right, left, left, right, all that sticking really is a right-hand lead paradiddle-diddle, but you're starting with that first left-hand single. So if you're really solid on your paradiddle-diddles and you have the muscle memory from right-hand lead paradiddle-diddles, this left-hand lead 6-stroke roll isn't going to feel that awkward. Playing this 6-stroke roll left-hand lead is going to require that you crash with your left hand coming out of the lick if you choose to play 6 strokes for the entire fill. One of my favorite aspects about this voicing is it allows the right-hand single to be played on a floor tom and quickly followed by some sort of higher voicing, being the snare or a higher tom. And this voicing really is awkward if you try to do this right-hand lead. Doesn't work. Another awesome way that this left-handed lead 6-stroke roll works is as actually a jazz big band setup. This has a very similar sound to the typical bucket of fish fill that we can do a lot of times in jazz big band setups. But it gives you some added spice. Another really sneaky thing you can do with these left-hand lead 6-stroke rolls is actually play this as a groove. If I keep my left hand on the hi-hat and I keep my right hand on the right cymbal, and I play the accents on the bell of the ride cymbal, but move my left hand to the snare drum on a backbeat for 2 and 4, it creates this really cool, unique sounding groove. The next concept I want to talk about today is actually playing the 6-stroke roll in a duple subdivision. So this is talking about 16th notes or 32nd notes mostly, because oftentimes, since the 6-stroke roll is 6 notes long, we know that it naturally fits really well within triplets or sextuplets. But by playing this pattern within a duple subdivision, it creates kind of different sounding phrases that could even go over the bar line and don't always sound so square and placed beat by beat. Now this does mean that you're going to have to alter the end of the pattern to be able to get to the 1 coming out of the fill, since a 6-note grouping doesn't really fit cleanly into a full measure of 16th notes or a full measure of 32nd notes. Some ways that I like to end this pattern if I'm playing the 6-stroke roll as 16th notes is I'll play 2 6-stroke rolls, and then that essentially gives you 4 notes at the end. You could play these all as singles, or I've also been enjoying going right, left kick for those last 4 notes there. And if you were to play this lick as 32nd notes, you could play the 6-stroke roll 5 times, and that leaves 2 notes at the end that you could play as hand hits, right, left. Another fun concept that I like to do all the time with 6-stroke rolls is extending the phrase. So like I mentioned in my mastering the 6-stroke roll video, the 6-stroke roll, if you break it in half, is a right, left, and then a right, left. Each of those halves are little 3-note groupings. And so what I like to do all the time is after I play a 6-stroke roll, extend the phrase by either playing a series of right, lefts or right, lefts after the 6-stroke roll. And this allows me to not always have to play the 6-stroke roll on a downbeat, because these little 3-note groupings are shifting where the 6-stroke roll is going to start again. So this really allows you to play much longer phrases with this pattern. And when I'm playing these long phrases, I'm really just thinking about the melody that I want to play on the toms, and all of those doubles on the snare drum are kind of just quiet filler material to string it together. Now, even more challenging is extending this phrase with a 3-note grouping that involves the bass drum. Something I'm continuing to experiment with is, after I play a 6-stroke roll, play a right kick following that, and that's my 3-note grouping. So this is something I'm still very much working on to try to get clean and fast, but I really like that combination of having a double in my kick to offset that 6-stroke roll pattern. And a final concept with this 6-stroke roll is substituting some of the notes that you would typically play with your hands for a bass drum. And so the pattern that I've really been experimenting with is that right hand double, playing that as a double in the kick instead of with your right hand. Now I'm still very rusty and shaky on this pattern, but once we start moving it around, you can hear this has a cool sound to it. You can hear in there pretty shaky, not very clean, but that's the fun one that I've really been working on lately. So I hope this video gives you some fun things to practice involving the 6-stroke roll. I know I'm always working on this stuff because the 6-stroke roll just flows and feels so well and it sounds so great. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.